I think the job of being a teacher is so rewarding in so many ways.
The connection between you and the whole class, that's still unbeatable.
When my pupils are successful, it feels incredible.
I think the greatest thing for me is seeing the pupils that I teach love the subject as much as I do.
I don't think there's any other job where you get the same satisfaction.
That's why I chose to teach.
You could get £26,000 tax-free to train. Search Applied to Teach. Selected subjects only, subject to eligibility.
Gamertag Radio presents E3 2017 coverage. Hosts Danny Pena, Paris Lilly, and Peter Toledo are direct from the convention center floor.
Here we go.
All right, this is Peter with Gamertag Radio. I am here with Jason, the game director for South Park Fractured But Whole. And got to make sure that we say that in the correct sequence or else we get in trouble.
Sound as dramatic as we like it to sound if you don't say it with South Park, the Fractured But Whole.
All right, so for those that are uninitiated to the game, tell us what this game is all about.
So the boys of South Park are playing superheroes, which means that Cartman, as the Coon, is building a superhero franchise, and he has the idea that he's going to take this missing cat and find that, become famous, get a $100 reward, and that's going to help him build his superhero franchise. That leads us to the local strip club, the Gentlemen's Club in South Park, known as the Peppermint Hippo. On the lead of this, some information on the missing cat. From there, you have to play a minigame to get information out of a couple gentlemen, and that leads you to find a stripper. That leads to great reward eventually, I promise.
So in the hands-on experience that I just went through, goes through a turn-based type of environment. Can you give me a little bit more explanation, or actually our listeners a little more?
Absolutely. So we wanted to keep turn-based combat from the first game because that gives us plenty of room for comedy. The kids have time to deliver lines. But we wanted to make combat more seamless, and that meant trying to bring some of that movement of the environment into combat. And once you're doing turn-based and movement, then you're basically making a tactics game. But we wanted to still keep it really approachable. So what you played, I hope you felt like there wasn't a lot of menus, not a lot of stuff getting in the way of you taking turns. But it is about managing space. It's about managing your party. And now you can, in this demo, we have a 2-person ally team, which is a lot like Stick of Truth, but it actually goes up to 4. So you can have bigger combats now. And that means that the enemy waves can be bigger, and so the battles can just kind of become more intense. And through that, the narrative never really needs to stop. We can keep the story going.
Well, I like during the gameplay you were talking about how there's a good pace. I like that it's not just turn-based. You've got a little bit of turn-based, and you've got a lot of bit of free exploration. How long have you guys been working on this game?
2014.
Okay. Wow. How difficult was it to maintain the course of the game, and has there been any deviations or changes since then?
I mean, those first meetings that summer we went to talk about superheroes. Superheroes are everywhere, and they're just perfect for satire right now. And I think the boys have their own superhero characters, and we can just explore that universe. I think that it's been really fun to see Matt and Trey and everyone at South Park Studios start imagining what would happen if we take some of the other characters in South Park and start getting them in on the action. So that's where we start adding characters like Tweak and Craig, getting in Scott Malkinson, becoming Captain Diabetes. That's like new superhero content that's not just from those Coon and Friends episodes.
How involved are, as you mentioned, Trey and Matt, how involved are they in the game?
Weekly. We are constantly talking about, tweaks to scripts. Their whole South Park Studios is making content daily right now, and that means for us, we needed to basically build a process and a pipeline where they weren't, this external licensor. They're part of the team. So we built a pipeline where basically they create content just like they would for the show, and they send it to us, and we ingest that and put it straight into the game. So they really is just one big team split across Ubisoft and South Park Studios.
And how has the development process been? Has it been easy? Has it been,
inspiring. I mean, it's like everybody has high expectations. I mean, I think that like we had high expectations of the game. We knew that our fans had high expectations of the game, and Matt and Trey are famous for being like sort of demanding about what South Park is. It's their brand, it's their work. So that means that everybody's just always wanting to make the best stuff, and like at times that has meant that we've needed to make choices and say, is this would be good enough, but to meet everybody's expectations, we need to do better. We need to go further, and that's kind of been why we have had the timeline we've had. But it means that all the effort's going to be worth it.
Right. What is the rating on the game?
It's currently not rated. We're expecting mature ratings all around the world.
Okay, yeah, because as you said, we're going into a strip club here in the gameplay experience, and that was the first. I was like, oh, yeah. Okay.
I think we successfully have that whoa moment. I think it all seems like, okay, this is going to be okay. We broke in, it's a bathroom, and then you walk out onto the main floor, and we created a scene where I think we were trying to go for, this is the sort of splash in the face that a kid might feel when they walk into an adult situation of just like, whoa, okay, clearly I'm out of my element here.
Yeah, splash in the face just made it really visual.
Perfect.
Apologize for the not safe for work commentary going on here. So just just to wrap it up, when is this game finally hitting consoles and platforms?
October 17th on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC.
And PC. Actually, is there any chance of a open beta or closed beta for people?
No, I mean, without online, there's not a lot for us to exercise there.
Got you. And what's going to be the price for it?
It'll be $59.99 or the equivalent in your territory.
Excellent. Jason, thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
This episode of Gamertag Radio is brought to you by Western Digital. For a limited time, Gamertag Radio listeners can get 20% off WD SSDs with the coupon code WDGTR. Find out more at WD.com/GTR. With Western Digital, you're now able to get solid-state drives and hard drives to fit your unique needs. When you get the superior performance of a WD solid-state drive to your PC, you get blazing read speeds so you can boot your system quickly or load games and other applications in a snap. Combined with a reliable Western Digital hard drive, you get up to 6 terabytes of storage to keep your games library, direct feed video, podcasts, and more, all in a single place.
Yeah, they sent you a couple samples, right, of this. So how's it been your experience so far?
They sent me a Western Digital Blue, I want to say it was a 500 gig solid state drive, and a 4 terabyte hybrid solid state drive, or a hybrid solid state disk drive. So in my experience, I've always done a combination because you take advantage of the performance of a solid state drive within your computer, and then you take advantage of the additional capacity that the solid state hybrid drives can give you, along with with a larger cache package inside of the solid state hybrid drive. So it's something I've always taken advantage of, and I highly recommend that our listeners do so as well.
Take advantage. Mention the site.
Absolutely. WD.com or WDC.com/GTR, and just use the promo code WDGTR to get your 20% off.